Hey Donors, it's Azora Hype here with a new Game of Thrones video, and today we're going to discuss the most recent news from Watchers on the Wall, an article from Luka discussing the future of a Game of Thrones projects and some of what HBO could do to keep the hype going after the show ends. Also, don't forget to enter the giveaway for the Iron Coin of the Faceless Men for the month of March from Shire Post Mint. There's 10 different ways to enter, and you can find the link to the giveaway in the description of this video. Now, Luka from Watchers on the Wall is at it again, everyone. He's giving us some very exciting news to keep us warm during the long night, and it's very exciting because the future looks bright for those of us who want to continue to enjoy Game of Thrones well beyond the original series ending. Here's what he had to say. A few weeks ago, we brought you the best look at the 5-month construction project next to Titanic Studios in the Payne Hall in Belfast, Northern Ireland. This is where Game of Thrones is headquartered, and today we not only bring you the latest look at this King's Landing set, but also a report on what its unexpected future may turn out to be. Belfast Telegraph reports that this addition to Titanic Studios is almost complete. It took them half a year of work, which is reported to have required £1 million. So that's a lot of money to keep something going. The fortune behind this gargantuan set could be explained by the show's merits alone. We know that Game of Thrones is huge. As profitable as Game of Thrones is for HBO, it can't have been that difficult for the producers to convince the network to go out with a bang. So this is really good news. We know that Game of Thrones is going to be absolutely huge. Only 6 episodes are left, but we know that there's going to be some huge things that are going to happen in the final season. But there may be other reasons behind the expense. Perhaps HBO is looking to maintain a higher and continuous return on their investment. And indeed, if Belfast Telegraph is correct, the King's Landing set will not be torn down after filming ends. It will be maintained, with their on-set sources claiming that HBO wants to use it as a tourist attraction and, get this, for movie projects. Am I reading this correctly? Game of Thrones movie projects and a tourist attraction? Whoa, that's insane. Maybe we're getting a Game of Thrones museum? We'll get to the Game of Thrones museum stuff after, but I think we first have to address what this says for movie projects. Does this mean we won't be getting the prequels and we will be instead getting movies? Well, here's my opinion on this. No, I still think we are going to get prequels. I think long-term, it's a great idea for HBO programming to keep a Game of Thrones show around, whether it's Aegon's Conquest, the Blackfire Rebellion, the Age of Heroes, or it could be something else completely different. Now, does that mean we won't get movies? No, I still think that's a possibility as well. Game of Thrones is one of the most marketable franchises on the whole planet, and you better believe that HBO, who is at the very top of television programming, has a plan for the future. Is this concerning? Slightly. I'm not that concerned, but it does look as if they want to preserve their relationship with Titanic Studios and these beautiful locations, which is good news. Now let's move to the second piece of news concerning tourist attractions. Let's be honest, most of us dream of traveling to Croatia or Belfast, Northern Ireland, or Iceland or Spain, let alone going to check out some of our favorite spots where our favorite scenes are filmed for our favorite TV show. It's something that I want to do myself later this year. I'm exploring possibly going to Croatia and Iceland. It's something that I want to do myself later this year, and it's certainly something that I can explore if the channel continues to grow like this. But wouldn't it be amazing if they made a Game of Thrones museum and kept these things going so we can enjoy them after the show ends? It's not only a great idea and awesome for all of us, but it's also a great way for HBO and a Game of Thrones to continue to generate revenue to fund other Game of Thrones projects for the future. Either way, the future is looking very bright for us Throners. It looks as if we are going to be getting either Game of Thrones movies or a Game of Thrones prequel, and perhaps even a Game of Thrones museum. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think about this news. Are we getting Game of Thrones movies? Do you think we're still getting Game of Thrones prequels? Are we getting a Game of Thrones museum? Is that something that you would be interested in doing? Let's keep the hype train going and keep the conversation going in the comment section. Also, a big thank you to all of those who support the channel on Patreon. We are 110 strong in the Hype and Love family, and I'm going to be doing something new for all of those who support the channel through the GoFundMe, through the YouTube Super Chat, and through Patreon. We're going to be doing the Wall of Hype, and some of you know that I've been converting the spare room in my house into my new office, and what I'm going to do is whenever someone becomes a patron of the channel, donates to the GoFundMe, or donates through Super Chat, I'm going to actually paint my wall with a dry erase paint, and I'm going to write your names and do some art on the wall. So the Wall of Hype is coming in the next couple of weeks. If you do want to help support the channel and become a patron and part of the Wall of Hype, click the link in the description of this video. Super easy to sign up, and your support goes towards helping me attend awesome events like Game of Thrones 2018, plus there's bonus content every day. Also, a big thank you to all of you who have donated to the GoFundMe for Game of Thrones 2018. Going to an event like this is extremely expensive for someone like myself, but if you do decide to donate and help me get to Game of Thrones 2018, I'm going to be absolutely hyped and getting some really fun content for those of you who can't be there. I'm going to do video logs, public polls and questionnaires with the fans and interviews, live panel footage, perhaps even some interviews with the actors, and of course collaborations with other content creators as well. You can find the link to the Patreon and the GoFundMes in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hype and love.